everybody. My name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. So if you are on my email list, then you have recently gotten kind of a snapshot overview of what's coming up the next few weeks. So I'll just hit the high points. And then if you're not on my email list, you'll want to make sure that you go over and get on it so you'll know what's coming up. And if you are on my email list and you missed it, then I'll just kind of recap. So ending in May, it's the last day of May is the last day that you can join my team and take advantage of getting all of the free in color products. I do have a couple of try it packs left that I will either be selling, or if somebody joins my team before I sell them. There's not very many left, and almost everybody across the whole United States has them. I've been following the tracking of everybody that bought them, except for like that down southeast, North Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, that whole area. The people in the class, a bunch of them haven't gotten them yet. And I make the extras for new team members and to make sure that everybody that paid for them gets them safely. So once those have all arrived, then the few packets that I have spare, those will go up. I anticipate putting them in the email on Tuesday. They will be first come, first serve. You have to pay for them. I don't hold them, because in the past, if I have one or two and I hold them and somebody says, I'd like one, and then I say, it's yours, and then I wait a week or two and I never hear from the people again. So they only count if you pay for them. Otherwise, you have to pay for them and then they'll be yours. Or if somebody joins my team, then it's free for you. But again, you have to actually join the team. You can't say I'm going to and then not do it. So it's whoever gets them first. And I want them gone. I want them gone before we go on vacation, which is the next thing I'll tell you. Hang on. I'm getting better, but I still cough when I talk. So the end of May, next week, I have a vacation host code. So my vacation host code starts today, which is May 27th. This video won't go up today though. And it goes through when we get home from vacation. So I have somebody coming over to sit the house, use my pool, watch my cats. But I won't be here. There will be videos, and this always confuses you guys because I do try to get some videos and some emails that will auto post. I'm going to do those next week while I'm home. That doesn't mean when you see a video that all of a sudden I'm back and that we just cut our vacation short and that you can call in, you can text, and I'm going to reply. Those are auto posted. So if you need me, you need to get me before next Thursday, because as of Friday, I will be gone until the following. I'm back in the office like the 14th. So it's an extended amount of time. And during that time, starting June 1st, there's buy one, get one half off on kits. That's in the email, and I'll go into more detail. I'm going to hit emails that will concentrate on each one of these. And then starting June 1st, there will be up to half off on a bunch of the stuff that's retiring from the January to June mini catalog. And I'm going to do a specific video for just that. So I'll try to get that up May 31st so you know what's coming. So there will be a special host code, and that will end while I'm on vacation, because then when I'm back from vacation, I will have some preview items. Try it class for that new catalog will have posted. Anybody who orders on that special host code, your thank you gifts will go out, and you will be the first ones to get your copies of the July to December holiday catalog and your celebration catalog. Your thank you gifts for those will ship out, and then I'll have a new host code that's the rest of June that will start out. So you can sign up for Try It. You can get on that host code, and anybody who's purchased from me since January of this year will automatically be getting a catalog. So if you don't know, then you need to ask me before I go on vacation, or you'll have to wait. And that means I might not order you a catalog in that first group of dozens and dozens and hundreds of catalogs that I ordered the first time. So check before I go on vacation. Now this is Try It class. This is the only online event that I will do in June. So with vacation and a new catalog, I'm only doing this. So I have a couple of Zoom things. One is with my card club, and then I also have the Zoom if you were part of the Natural Blends class, that Zoom will take place. But as far as anything else I'm mailing out, only will be thank you gifts and card club and catalogs. So no other class. So if you've ever thought about doing the card club, but there's always been another class, this is a good month to try it. So here's my card club. The way it works is it's a subscription. You don't have to have a PayPal, but PayPal hosts my subscription service. You just go to PayPal, but you don't have to pay with PayPal. You just put in however you choose to pay. And again, PayPal doesn't see any of your information. They just host, and they're a super safe. PayPal's been around for almost over 30 years, I think. And it's a very safe thing. You just subscribe in there, and if you ever want to cancel or stop, you just go back in with your login information and you just cancel or stop. Every 6 months you're with me, the following 7th month, you get a loyalty gift valued over $25. The last several groups, although I'm out of them, have gotten a bag. I need to find a new bag. It's been a really cute bag. A friend of mine designed it, but they're all used up because I had way more people in my club than I ever dreamed of. And then they've been getting, so they got the bag and then 2 or 3 different stamping items, depending on how much they were. So that happens. And then every month you get the supplies to make 6 cards. There's 3 designs. One you always see on my public channel. That's the one you're going to see for this month. And then you get the 6 envelopes. You get, most months, you get a full spool of ribbon. So in June, they're going to get a spool of the Petal Pink soft polyester ribbon. And they're going to, most months, you get a packet of embellishments. This month, they're getting the solid faceted gems. And then most months you get a half a pack of designer series paper. This month they are getting a half a pack of the texture Chic. And usually the way the half packs come, because it's expensive to mail 12 by 12 cardstock, I have it here so I can show it to you, but it's usually cut in half this way. So you get a half a pack and it'll be 6 by 12. I have a full pack. I mean, I don't have a full pack, but I have it here so I can show you. And then every month there is an optional add-on set. You do not have to have a cut and emboss machine or any kind of die cutting machine to participate in club. Anything that is die cut or put through a folder that you need to create your cards that month, I was going to say I do it for you. Usually my husband does it for you. So it comes already to you. The months that there is one part of the bundle, you can buy that if you do have a die cut machine and you want it, but still when it comes to you, it's already done. So this month there is one. The stamp set is Season of Chic. So if you want that, you can buy that, and the girls can add it on for just $27. I pick up the shipping and the tax. Unless you live in the state of Indiana, then you have to pay tax because that's the law. And then if you want to add the bundle, you can add it for $57.50, and they have a button. They can pick which one. Or if they have something similar and they don't want to add it, they can do it. Every month I give them an alternate, and you will see the alternate. I don't know if you'll see it before we go on vacation this year. And you always have to let me know if you want it by the 10th of the month. So this month I'll try to do an alternate, but I don't know. And then every month we do color and contour as just a standard alternate stamp set. So that's how it works. You get, and then they do 2 of each. So if they want, they can just do 1 of each of the projects and save the other piece of paper, because there's 2 of each. There's 3 designs and we make 6 cards, because when we Zoom, I do a mashup. So I may take this paper and last month's stamp set and the ribbon from March and the embellishments from February, because I know everything they've gotten and I keep them in a bucket and we mash them all up. That's what we do together via Zoom. And if they can't make it via Zoom, then I will just send them the pictures of what we did together via Zoom. Every month, if by the 10th, they send me the photos of the 3 standard projects, just 1 of each, either in an email or a text. They go into a drawing, and when I mail out that month's projects, everybody who completed at least 1 of their projects, just for getting the little A+ star, I pick if 10 of them complete them, if 30 of them complete them, based on how many, I pick a bunch of them, and they get either a stack of cards or an embellishment. And then they also get $5 off every time when there is a retreat or try it class, which this time they haven't gotten their rebate yet because I've been too busy, but it's coming. And it's partly because my husband knows how to do the magic thing with Excel where he matches the spreadsheets, and I haven't had him do that yet, and I don't want to fish through all the names. So this month they're getting texture Chic. There'll be a half sheet. So if you've not seen this paper, it is beautiful. We won't be making a snowflake card. I'm sorry. Summer has just started. I'm not in a snowflake kind of mood, but it has leaves. It has the flowers. So I know we'll do the flowers. I already know what we're going to do. We're going to do flowers and either flowers and seashells. So we'll do one of the flowers and the seashells and then the card we're doing today. So one of the flowers and the seashells, because it's summertime. And then they can save the paper, and probably when it gets to be fall, we'll do a mashup with the snowflakes or the leaves. But today we're going to hit them all. So here's how it would come. They would get these supplies like this for 2 cards. I just have the ones for 1 because I wasn't cutting things for 2. And then these would be the die cuts. So here, this is the distressed gold paper. So if you're in club, you're going to get 2 of these. And this is the snowflake. And then this is shimmer white, and I ran it through the deckled edge rectangle. And then this is a strip of, this is for both cards, a strip of the shimmery white. And then this piece is what we are going to use on this card, and you just need to cut it standard card size, so 4 by 5 1/4. And then this is soft succulent. So this is our card front. We're gonna put this on here. It's a really pretty card, and it's pretty simple. I like, the purpose of my card club is to make cards, but I try every card class to at least teach you one thing. So there is a fun little thing we're gonna do on this card that kind of teaches you something fun. And then I had a really hard time with both the ribbons and embellishments for this, because the colors in it, like I wanted to use that pink ribbon. All of the pieces of paper don't have the pink. Obviously the snowflake paper doesn't have the pink. The embellishments, like it has this bright pink and the navy, those aren't in any of the papers, but we're going to put them on this card, and I'm going to show you how to make it work. That's one of the things we're going to do on this card. And then I'm going to show you how to kind of play with the greeting, the sentiment on this one, and kind of make it be a focal point and make it stand out. So we're going to use, and again, we have lots of all season sets that would work on this. If you don't have it, you could substitute them, because I'm sure that some of you have, if you've been stamping for as long as me, you're going to have some all season sets that you could substitute. So I'm going to do the leaf first. And so this is soft succulent. You're going to do the lighter one, and it does dry lighter than what it's going to appear. So there's the soft succulent, and then you're going to take your 2-step and get the outline. And these are pretty easy to line up. You could get a Stamparatus if you wanted and line them up. But because they're photopolymer, they're pretty easy. It's easier for you if you can put your head right over the top. I don't want to put my head in the way so you can see it. But it's pretty easy. See? Really, really pretty. And as that soft succulent lightens up, it will be more obvious. It's just that it takes a minute, and it's raining here. It's actually the start of Memorial Day weekend, and you would hear the roar of the cars because they were out a minute ago and then it rained. And so you don't hear the roar of the cars because my window's open, and you can hear the track really loud from here. So unfortunately you can't hear it right now, and I will be leaving shortly. Maybe at some point I can go out and you'll be able to hear the Indy 500. I can record something this weekend. Now this is petal pink, and I've got the inside of the flower. And then, not included in any piece of this paper, but it is included. I think actually this might be the new sorbet. I'm using Melon Mambo because it works. But it's not in the paper. It is in our embellishments. So I'm just going to use Melon Mambo because a lot of you probably don't have the sorbet yet. And this is close enough. It's a pink. It's a bright pink. And any of the bright pinks would work. So just kind of spin this around. Now, if you have the dies, at this point, you can take the dies, which I do. So I'm going to take them on. The dies on this set fit really, really well. And I'm going to run them through. Now, if you are in Card Club and you don't want to get the dies, it doesn't matter. Just take your snips and trim them out, just as you would any set that doesn't have dies. Because if you don't have a die machine, you're used to trimming stuff out. So I'm going to cut these out, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've trimmed those out, and then this piece would be for your second group of them. So I've got this. I'm going to take my little deckled rectangle, and you can tell that the saying that I picked doesn't fit, because I want the one that says, you make each season of life even more beautiful, but it's too long. And sometimes that would happen, especially when we do things like Card Club where I send you something and you're like, well, I really wanted to use this, but she didn't give me a big enough piece of paper. So this is what we're going to do. We'll have some extra shimmery white, and it's my very favorite cardstock. So we're going to take this piece because obviously I want some of it on here. I'm going to take some washi tape. You can use sticky tape. That's not the right word. I'm using my Australian Scotch tape. Sometimes my husband always refers to it as sticky tape, and that just gets stuck in my head. So I'm going to take my washi tape or Scotch tape or whatever tape you have. And I don't have to cover the whole thing because you can control how much of this gets on here. So I'm just going to cover up the words that I don't want any ink on. So I just want the one, it's really easy to do this, especially on the ones that have the double fonts. So I want the ones that's in the script. So season of life and beautiful are in the script. I'm going to ink these up. I might have a little bit of tape on my S. Pull that over just a fraction. And then the very most important part when you do this is to remember to take your tape off. Because we've all been there, done that, where you forgot to take your tape off and then you just have a nice blob on your card. So I'm going to put this here. And part of the reason, there's two reasons. One is this is the prettiest part, the season of life and beautiful. The second part, so here's a little lesson for you, is the straight lines, and you'll see in a second because we're going to have to cut those out. Straight lines are easier to cut around than that part. So now I'm going to go over here. If you were going to put this on the same piece of paper, you would need to clean that off. I'm not going to put it on. This is going to get cut out. So I'm just going to now stamp the straight lines, the straight words. And not only does this now make it fit on this piece of paper, but even if I was designing it myself, this would be a fun way to do it because it highlights this really pretty word, and it's really the focal point of our card because we have a snowflake, a flower, and a leaf. So we've hit those seasons, and it makes the card, it's the point of the card. It would also make a really pretty photo frame. Now see, this is a whole lot easier to cut these straight lines than it would have been if we had to cut all around the script. And you can put it in your paper trimmer if you want. Nobody will notice because there's a lot going on as far as directions on this card between the background and when we just get ready in a second to add our things. So just cut straight around it. And then straight. And straight. And straight. And you can see right here where I got that little bit of the S, but that's okay because it needs to fit on the script right there. So it's not straight, but it goes with these lines on here are not straight either. So nothing on, it doesn't matter if it's not straight. So now we have our little sentiment, and it's going to fit on the rectangle that I gave you that doesn't fit the sentiment size. But here's what happens. If I'd given you the next size up of rectangle to make the words fit, you're going to lose all the pretty paper. And nobody wants to lose all this beautiful paper because this is pretty, and to make it be this much bigger, you're going to lose all that gold and all the pretty paper. And I didn't want to lose that because now we can still read the words, but we have that much more of the pretty paper. So there you go. That's how you can make it fit and not worry about it. And you're going to take this such pretty ribbon, and it ties so nicely. So we're going to tie a little bow. It ties nicely and it stays flat, and it also matches my nails. It's really time to change my nails, but I like these nails. So I've kept them on. And now I need to change them, but they just match. This must be, if you look, those of you that were in Try It class, you know, because in Try It class, we go through page by page through all of the suites of the catalog, and Petal Pink is the color. So it must, obviously it's on trend because my nails are part of it too. And if you go shop right now for clothes, you're going to find some Petal Pink. So look how nicely that lays. So we're just going to take our ribbon, add a little bit of adhesive right here, and it'll keep this one flat. And you can do whichever direction you want. Really go for the one that's going to make this lay the nicest and flattest. Add some adhesive here to keep this straight. And I'm so excited for all of you to get this ribbon and to feel it if you don't have it yet, because it's unlike any ribbon that we've had before. And this side of the paper is really pretty too, but there's no gold in it. That's why it didn't get used. On some of the papers, we will obviously use both sides because the other side, which is the gold side, is not the side that has the flowers and the shells. In fact, I have hacked up a piece of paper that has the flowers all over it. And then I was like, no, I want to use this sentiment. So the other card is started and it's all hacked, ready to go. I just quit. Now I have to put it all back in a stack because I'm not going to get to that before we go on vacation. But you know what base of color of cardstock I need to order. Whoops. Put this on here. Isn't that pretty? But look, there's no petal pink in this piece of paper. But I wanted petal pink ribbon to be in your club, so we made it work. I'm going to take this, put it down here, and see if we'd had the next size to fit it, it would have been this much more. So with the ribbon and the things that we're getting ready to put on, you would have lost all of your beautiful cardstock. I'll take a tiny dimensional. We need to line this back up where it fits just as if you had stamped it. But now it fits onto the rectangle and it doesn't take that up. And it just looks a little bit more interesting. Because the sentiment is really the purpose of the card. Or, like I said, if you wanted to make this into like a kind of a picture frame. But you do want to make sure that it follows along so it reads right. Now take your pieces here. This really should be glued on, but I'm going to finish this card and without you having to watch me to glue it. But if you're in card club, you use your fine tip glue. And I just put my adhesive right here in the middle, see, and that's enough to hold it on. And I'm going to put an embellishment there in a second, and that will help cover that up. There's our things. Now we have the petal pink and the melon mambo. At least now we've pulled the petal pink into this, so it's matching. But we have these embellishments. And I want to use all 5 colors because I love these. I love them. I love them. So let's start with the green. So we've got both of the greens are on the card, so we're good with that. Let's go with the big one. Put it here. And then let's go with the small of the succulent. You really have to put these 2 on this piece of paper so they don't get lost. Then let's add a big one of this blue. And this is a good one to go right here to cover up that smuck that I just put there. And let's get a little of the bright blue. And then let's put a little one. These are not the same sizes that I put here. Give that a center. And then we'll grab a big one and put that there. So we kind of have a flowing, kind of a going through the seasons of the color. Now, so we've kind of accounted for all of the colors except for the blue. And this is a little bit empty to me. And I know some of you don't like this, which is funny because Shelly is the president of the original, my age, president of Stampin' Up! And her daughter, Sarah, is now the president. Shelly likes to splatter her cards, Sarah does not, which is kind of how my daughter and I are. So Carissa probably wouldn't do this either, but I'm going to take my Night of Navy blend and just add a little bit of speckle to the white. And that just kind of ties that blue right into the card. And it makes that white, because there's a lot going on, and this part right here to just be white to me is a little bit kind of too vanilla, but you don't have to do that. If you don't like to speckle, do not feel like you have to do it. So now we've tied all of those colors in, made a really pretty sentiment fit on our little rectangle, and we have our first card club card. So if you're in card club, you will get your email by early next week with the, I don't know if I will have the links for you to purchase the set yet. If you're not in card club, you can always go to my card club page on my website and subscribe to Card Club. So there you go. I am in love with this card. I'm in love with this suite. And here's what happened. I originally had wanted to do an online class with this. And so it was going to be an online class in June or July. And my life is just crazy busy and I need a break. I mean, I got sick this past month, and I think part of it was just being from completely overwhelmed. And with the new catalog coming out and another try it class and having to mail the catalog and knowing that I have to design and mail and cut another try it class, I was like, I can't do it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to change this into a card club. So June's going to be a little bit easier. I can take a little bit more time out in the yard and just kind of slow down and relax. And we have an extended vacation coming up. So I was losing all those days. So all of the information, if you're watching on YouTube, you can scroll down below the video and there's a link there to my website. And card club links are almost in every blog post. And if you're in my email list, when this video posts, there will be one for that as well. Everybody have a great day, and there will be lots of information coming to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.